so much. My big accomplishment so far this evening is not falling off the ladder, so I don't know about the entrancement, but I'll do my best. Thank you, Sam, so much. And thank you to the Women's Campaign Fund for having me here tonight. It's,
Am I right, or are they getting rowdier in there? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
It's such an honor to be among so many incredible elected officials and candidates and supporters and just incredible women. I'd of course also like to thank the partner organizations of Name It, Change It. So first, thanks to the Women's Media Center and Political Parity for your amazing work. And thank you also to everyone at She Should Run for everything that you're doing to encourage more women to run for office. And of course, I must thank Lauren Embry, President and CEO of the Embry Family Foundation. If you haven't already seen it, I'd like to encourage everyone to go to the Name It, Change It website and check out a pyramid that they have on their site. It's a pyramid that shows the varying levels of sexist remarks and attacks that women who run for office and women who are in the public spotlight face. And at the lowest level of the pyramid are the relatively non-threatening types of comments that, if you're not paying attention, might sound complimentary, but if you look more closely, they're belittling and they're loaded and they hold us back. But as we saw earlier this year, I was attacked with, and I always aim high, top of the pyramid. So that was the kind of language that's just really disturbing and misogynistic, and that we had hoped was gone from our civil discourse. But unfortunately, it was not. So you guys have to help me out a little bit here with the other room.
Quiet!
So folks, recently a major pundit tried to silence all of us. It did not work. You're going to silence us either. So unfortunately, somehow this sexist rhetoric still pervades. It is designed to shame and to silence women who dare to speak up. And that's what I was really worried about in the first few days after those attacks against me began. I was worried that young women and young girls would see what was being said and would take that to heart and think, clearly I should not step forward and talk about things that I need. I should not approach my elected officials. I should sit down and shut up because that's the best way to not be a target. And you know what happened? That's exactly what happened. All of you, millions of you, said absolutely not. Enough, no more. And you know, many people have said that they're proud of me, and I appreciate that very much. But I'm proud of all of you, and I'm proud of the millions of Americans who sent that message to young girls and told them, this is no longer acceptable, we're going to name it, and we're going to change it. But what happened to me isn't just about sexism in the media. It was about sexism in our society. Because I have to tell you, unfortunately, there were also hundreds of Americans who took time out of their days to write me with some really interesting notes. And some of the things that they said, well, they made the media comments look polite. So this is a broader problem in our society that goes beyond our media. And I think there are two ways we can change that. From the bottom up and from the top down. So from the bottom up is what we've just been talking about, those millions of voices, all of us saying we are no longer going to tolerate women being talked about this way. But now we also have to do the top down. And that's where the work of Women's Campaign Fund comes in. We have to elect more women to office, to local office, to state office, to national office. Because a critical piece of changing how women are seen women are talked about and how women are treated is to have more women leading our country. Our sons must grow up seeing women walking the halls of Congress. Because then they will know that if you want to call a woman a name, you have 3 options: Congresswoman, Senator, or Ms. President. So that's why the partnership of Name It, Change It, and Women's Campaign Fund is so vital. And thank you again, all of you, for fighting this battle every day. I want to thank you for supporting me and for sending a message that attacking women and calling us these types of names will never silence us, but it will galvanize us.
So, what do you say, guys? Maybe the youngest ever elected U.S. Senator in